Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Today the topic on which we are going to present is construction and application of heat sensor. So we are going to discuss introduction, working principle of heat sensor, method of making heat sensor, different types of temperature sensor, applications of heat sensor, different advantages of heat sensor, and conclusion. And the topics we have distributed for presentation are: I'm going to cover introduction and working principle of heat sensor. Mehreen Rasa is going to cover method of making heat sensor and different types of heat sensor, and Mahnoor is going to cover applications of heat sensor, different advantages of heat sensor, and conclusion. So let's just start it. Introduction. First of all, background of study. Most biological, chemical, electronic, mechanical, and physical systems are affected by temperature. When the needs to optimize these processes arose, the systems used for controlling the temperature within defined limits are then needed. The temperature sensors are often used in providing inputs to those control systems. Semiconductor devices as well as LCDs can be affected and get damaged by extreme temperature. As the temperature threshold gets exceeded, an immediate action should be taken so as to prolong the lifetime of the system. In this, temperature sensing helps to improve the reliability as well as the lifetime of the system. Most temperature monitoring devices are designed to respond to a particular or critical temperature level. They are usually incorporated with different kinds of alarms and light indicator units which are triggered on at an unacceptable temperature level. These temperature monitoring devices work with temperature sensors, normally transducers, which generate accurate voltage output that varies linearly with temperature. They are mainly used for monitoring industrial machines, electric boilers, ovens, and other heat energy related activities, and this can be done by ensuring the temperature sensor and its lids are at the same temperature as the object to be measured. This usually involves making a good mechanical and thermal contact. So now next is statement of research problem. The heat sensor is very important in the determination of heat temperature variation in our environment. It is mostly used in the hospital, heavy construction industries, and petroleum industries. Despite the contribution, there are some limitations which include the inability to be used in all fields, health and manufacturing purposes. Another problem is the problem of cost of manufacturing and maintenance. Lastly, there have been several studies on temperature, but not even a single study have been carried on the construction and application of heat sensor, hence a gap in literature. So next is the significance of study. The study on the construction and application of heat sensor will be of immense benefit to the entire institution, the department, the students, and other researchers that wishes to carry out similar research on the above stated topic, as the findings of the research work is education for people on fundamentals of heat sensors and also the experimental effect of the application of the heat sensor. The study finally will contribute to the body of the existing literature on the construction and application of heat sensor. Scope of study. The study on construction and application of heat sensor will cover the fundamentals of heat sensors and also the experimental effect of the application of the heat sensor. So now the next is working principle of heat sensor. The basic principle of working of the heat sensors is the voltage across the diode terminals. If the voltage increases, the temperature also rises, followed by a voltage drop between the transistor terminals of base and emitter in a diode. Besides this, in cardioid has a vibrating wire temperature sensor that works on the principle of stress change due to temperature change? The change in temperature is sensed by the specially built in cardioride vibrating wire sensor and is converted to an electrical signal which is transmitted as a frequency to the readout unit. The frequency which is proportional to the temperature and in turn to the tension in the wire can be determined as follows. So here frequency is equals to 1 over 2 sigma g over 5 and 2L hertz. So where sigma is equals to tension of the wire, g is equals to acceleration due to gravity, and phi is equals to density of the wire, and L is equals to length of wire. So that was all from my side. Now Mehreen Raza is going to cover her part of presentation. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mehreen Raza, and on the topic of heat sensor, today we are building very simple temperature sensor circuit. This circuit uses very few and basic components which can be easily available. Anyone can build it right away. Method of making heat sensor. Construction. Transistor BC547 is used as a heat sensor. As the temperature of PN junction increases, transistor starts conducting to some extent. This temperature property of transistor is used here to use it as a heat sensor. Diode 1N4148 and variable resistor of 1K ohm are used here to set a reference or threshold level for the sensitivity of heat, and the sensitivity of the circuit can be adjusted by rotating the knob. Working of the circuit. When there is heat or increase in temperature to the level where it crosses a threshold set by port, then the collector current increases and LED starts illuminating slowly. We can also use buzzer in place to LED. You also know that before start testing the circuit, first set the variable resistor. When you rotate it completely in one direction, LED will be off. And when you rotate it completely in other direction, LED will glow with full illumination. So set the port at the position where a slight rotation will start a dim illumination in LED. Types of temperature sensor. Temperature sensors are available of various types, shapes and sizes. First one is thermostats. Thermostat is a contact type temperature sensor consisting of a bimetallic strip made up of two dissimilar metals such as aluminium, copper, nickel or tungsten. Second one is thermistors. Thermistors are the ones that can change their physical appearance when subjected to change in the temperature. Third one is thermocouples. One of the most common temperature sensors includes thermocouples. Because of their wide temperature operating range, reliability, accuracy, simplicity, and sensitivity. Fourth one is resistive temperature detectors. RTDs are precise temperature sensors that are made up of high purity conducting metals such as platinum, copper, or nickel wound into a coil. And the last one is thermometer. It is a device which is used to measure the temperature of any glass, solids, or liquids. In this type, mercury or alcohol is used in a tube whose volume is changed by changing the temperature. So these were the topics that I have covered. Now the remaining part of presentation will be discussed by Mahnur. Thank you for listening.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mahanur and today I am going to present some applications, advantages of heat sensor, and at the end I will conclude our presentation as well. So let's begin with the applications of heat sensor. Heat sensors have a wide range of applications. They are used in almost every field of life. So let's check some of its applications now. So the first one is the fire prevention. फायर प्रिवेंशन के लिए कैसे यूज़ कर सकते हैं हम हीट सेंसर्स को कि जब हम किसी रूम में अगर हीट सेंसर्स लगा दें और कभी उसमें आग लग जाए तो हीट सेंसर्स क्या करते हैं, हीट सेंसर्स टेम्परेचर को या हीट को सेंस करते हैं एंड इन रिटर्न हमें अलार्म प्रोड्यूस करके देते हैं. उससे क्या होता है कि हमें पता लग जाता है कि कहीं आग लगी है. सो द नेक्स्ट एप्लीकेशन इज़ इलेक्ट्रिक मोटर्स. इलेक्ट्रिक मोटर्स में ये कैसे यूज़ हो सकती है कि अगर इलेक्ट्रिक मोटर्स में हमने हीट सेंसर्स लगाए हों तो जब मोटर बहुत ज़्यादा ओवर हीट हो जाती है, बहुत ज़्यादा चलने की वजह से उसका टेम्परेचर हाई हो जाता है, तो वो ख़राब होने से या उसको जलने से ये हीट सेंसर ऐसे बचाता है कि वो मोटर को बंद कर देता है जब उसका टेम्परेचर हाई हो जाता है. सो द नेक्स्ट थिंग इज़ इलेक्ट्रिक केबल्स. इलेक्ट्रिक केबल्स जब ओवर हीट हो जाते हैं तो ये उन्हें भी बर्निंग से बचाता है हीट सेंसर. नेक्स्ट इज़ द मैकेनिकल इंजन्स. मैकेनिकल इंजन्स में भी यूज़ होता है. हीटिंग कंट्रोलिंग सिस्टम में भी बहुत ज़्यादा यूज़ होता है. और एयर कंट्रोल कंडीशन इक्विपमेंट भी है ये टेम्परेचर सेंसर या हीट सेंसर. और रबर एंड प्लास्टिक इंडस्ट्री में भी यूज़ किया जाता है हीट सेंसर. So let's see some of its advantages now. So the first advantage is electric motors temperature could be controlled easily and motor could be on or off automatically. वैसे ही जैसे मैंने अभी ऊपर बताया, electric cables could be saved from burning due to overheating, वही वाला point. User could easily control the engine oil and bearing temperature. User can easily control the room temperature automatically. These all have I explained. User can easily control the humidity and air conditioning. Drilling operators could easily control the drilling temperature in geothermal applications. So these are few advantages of heat sensor. So now let's just conclude our presentation. Heat sensors have wide range of applications which are being implemented in every field. It is becoming an essential component of medical apparatus. As I have told that this is becoming a part of our lives. They are also helpful. They also help to ensure a system is functioning properly or not, just like the motor, electric motor. So that was all from our side. Thank you. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask.